Welcome back everybody, and so this time I'm in Spain. I'm in the vicinity of Valencia in Spain. Basically I've been over here for a week, team training with a parachute team that I'm involved with, the Jump Dogs parachute display team. We've been over here for 5 days now, done 25 jumps in 5 days, and the weather's turned a little bit grey today. It's not as good as it has been, so the parachute centre's not open today. So what I thought I'd do is get out on the hills. As you can see, there's some good hillage around in the area that we've been parachuting, and sort of have a bit of an explore of the local area really. So thought it'd be a good opportunity to do something a little bit different instead of walking around the hills of, say, Snowdonia or Brecon. Have a little look around this more sort of arid region, and yeah, let's see how it goes. So I've downloaded a route of all trails, and we'll see how that works out, because obviously I haven't got any mapping that I'd normally use. So yeah, unusually for me, I'm using technology as my primary means of navigation today. So let's see how that works out. Yeah, so let's get on it. Straight up the first hill. So check out this cactus. Some proper sharp spiky bits on that. You wouldn't want to catch yourself on that. So I've been moving for about 45 minutes now. It's been uphill pretty much the whole way. I've covered just short of a mile, and nice thing is I'm just getting to a high point now. Some fantastic views up here, so I'll just spin you around. Check that out, and look at this. Randomly, an information point here on this high feature, this little sort of ridge bit. Obviously I can't read any of that, I can't speak Spanish. But yeah, so this is like a ridge in between two re-entrants here, and there's actually a signpost there. Relatively warm today, it's about 22 degrees. There's virtually no wind at all. When there is a bit, it's beautiful. It's a lovely little break from the heat. But yeah, nice way to spend the day actually. I'm glad it's not absolutely roasting like it has been for the last few days, to be honest. But yeah, nice way to get to see the local scenery and stuff. Just checking out these mega views. So we've got on the back end of this this board here, just seen that there's a different bit of information, and again I don't speak Spanish, but I'm guessing that might mean trenches, and obviously observatorio, some sort of observation point or observatorium, and it looks like here maybe is where there was a trench system with your individual, positions placed along. Maybe this was like a bigger one, or maybe like a bunker system for people to get their heads down in or something. And then you've got a thing here with like a historical thing on there. So the next part of this route then, it's going to take me downhill off that high feature, and then it looks like we're going to be going down to a river down at the bottom of all this, down the bottom of this re-entrant. So yeah, cool. Looking forward to seeing some scenery down there. So we're making way downhill off the feature there for a fair way now. Obviously making a bit better pace coming down the hill. A bit hard on the old knees, but yeah, much easier going physically other than that. Anyway, yeah, just having a look over here. There's an old ruined building there, and then what looks like a load of beehives, maybe some guys doing some beekeeping. So quite interesting. Clearly I'm not going to go and ask them what they're doing because I won't understand a word they're saying, so there's no point, but that's what it looks like from here. Stopped off for a quick brew break here now then. Here's one I prepared earlier. And yeah, I'm actually passing through a bit of a kind of wooded area now with a big track. Easy going on this track here. And check out this tree behind me. Flipping, looks like it's been proper scorched, doesn't it? So I'm guessing they must have forest fires and stuff around here once in a while. Been such a hot country. But yeah, nice little pleasant spot to stop in. A little bit cool because you're lower down now, and also got a little bit of shade from the El Scorchio tree. And yeah, nice to chill out and get some fluids on board. One important thing to bear in mind then when you're out in an arid country, and it seems obvious, but it might not be to those that haven't been to a hotter country and been outdoors and done outdoor stuff, is obviously water. So this here, that's a stream bed. Check how much water's in that. Okay, that's a stream bed. So that's marked as a stream on the map. And it's just a point of interest there that it's only early April and there's not a drop of water in that stream at all. I mean, I don't know if that's unusual for this time of the year or whether that's standard. So anyone from Spain, maybe, you know, pipe up in the comments, let me know. But yeah, it's not the sort of thing that you can rely on when you're over in countries that are a little bit more arid, a bit warmer. So definitely priority for something like this, for this sort of area, would be carrying lots of water. So I've got 2 litres on me plus a brew, and that, you know, that I would think would be a bare minimum. I'm only doing 7 miles today, so yeah, I'm about a third of the way through the route. I've just finished my brew and I've literally just top, you know, taken a little bit off the top of the water, so I've got plenty left. Got nearly 2 litres left. So yeah, just a point to bear in mind. Don't think you're going to get away with your 1 litre bloody or less water bottle. I think you're going to be able to top it up when you see a stream marked on the map, because it could be like that and then you're in, you know, deep doo-doos, especially if it's hotter. Like today's not too bad because it's a little bit overcast. Still warm though, 22 degrees. So yeah, just one to bear in mind for anyone planning routes out in warmer climates. Water's king, it's life basically, so make sure you plan accordingly. Check out the crazy noise of these birds here. I don't think we'll be able to see anything, but mental, isn't it? I'm guessing there must be some little bit of water source over there, which is why you've got the wildlife there, the birds. Sounds like they're having a party. I'm just going to see if I can get a bit closer. There we go, there's the water. Amazing how they've zipped it, isn't it? There's no one here. It's alright, I'm not the fun police, you crack on. So there we have it, as I said. water is king, isn't it? As soon as you have a water source anywhere, it attracts life. So just goes to show you, and I've seen that all over the world. So in arid regions, places I've been in the Middle East and Africa and places like that, as soon as you get any water source, you've got life there. And it just goes to show you the importance of water. You know, and us in the West, we tend to take it for granted, especially in the UK where it rains constantly. Right then, so I've just come up this track from behind me here. It's quite an established track, as you can see. And just to point a note on this route then, if I was to continue on up that track, it would be going in the wrong direction. So if anyone does want to do this route, and I'll talk a little bit more about it at the end, actually the route goes up there and then round up the side of this feature here, which is not obvious at all. So all I would say is you need to make sure you keep your eye on the navigation, make sure you know where you are at all times. Obviously I'm using an app today, and I'm checking it periodically to make sure that I don't go off the route. But if you were using a map and a compass, this might seem like the obvious route because you're on like a really established track there, and if you stayed on it you'd be going off at 90 degrees, well in fact 180 degrees by the time you turn around in the wrong direction. So just bear that one in mind. Right, so that's me just got to the top of a feature. I just climbed up from down there. It's actually saying on the app that I've covered over 2,000 feet in elevation now, so a fair bit of climbing. And what we've got now is we've come to crossroads of 4 tracks with a little marker here then, Aku Castro. So what that is one of the kind of highlights on this route. It's Castell de Castro, I think it's called. So I'm guessing that translates as Castro Castle. So this was built by the Arabs apparently, so it says in the route guide, as a watchtower. There wasn't a date given, but I'll have a look at that in a minute. And apparently it's before Christianity actually arrived in Spain, so it's been here a while, like, you know. So yeah, let's check it out. So there's the Castell de Castro, and check out the views from this position. You can see why they put it here, can't you? Amazing, fantastic panoramics. So I'm going to stop here for some lunch, take in the views, have a little look around the lookout tower as it is, and yeah, just enjoy those views. Time for a spot of lunch then, and I've got a bocadillo that I bought earlier. I think that's how you pronounce it. Basically a ham sandwich. Yeah, so I'm going to chill out here, probably take about half an hour for lunch, taking the views, and recharge the batteries, and yeah, just taking these amazing views, looking over these valleys all around us. It's just fantastic, fantastic scenery from this position. So I'll catch you in a bit. Yeah, back on the route now, and about 5k's to do. Initially a lot of downhill, and then I know we've got to climb another feature, but yeah, cracking on with it. As you can see a little bit of the shade now, that's nice. And yeah, back on the route. And skull and crossbones, and what looks like some sort of fox head or something. No idea what that's warning of. There's nothing obvious around here. I don't know if it's maybe There's wild dogs around here or something, I don't know, God knows. Maybe it's just kids messing about. Any people that might know better, put comments in the comments section. Let's see what the gen is. Check out those bonkers rock formations. Look like there's something off Wile E. Coyote or Roadrunner as it's called. Bonkers. So this section of the route has got quite a steep drop off the side here. So, and it is relatively narrow in places. So anyone that is thinking of doing this route, just be a little bit careful as you're moving around these parts. You can see there's some mega scenery though. Just be careful not to catch your toes on any of these rocks as you're moving around on this track. Right then, so just finishing that route now. That was about 11.5 k's, and it's about 2,500 feet in elevation gained. I know those exact figures because I was using the app, so I've not had to measure a map or anything. Yeah, it took around about 5 hours, so it took it fairly steady. Had a couple of breaks, a few breaks here and there, just enjoying the views. So just to wrap things up then, a bit of a conclusion and all that. Nice little route. I would say that you need to keep an eye on your navigation, because sometimes the route isn't the obvious one, as in the track, you know. I did mention it on part of the video. So just keep an eye on your navigation, whether you're using the app or whether you're using a map. Don't just follow the most obvious route. Bit on kit prep, make sure, I think I mentioned it right at the start, you definitely need to be carrying plenty of water. I nearly used up all my 2 litres of water there, but you know, I knew what I had, and I was taking it easy. Could have easily drank more. So yeah, when you're in a hot climate, arid conditions, make sure you've got plenty of water. Don't expect to be able to drink out of streams, because as shown, those streams might be dried up. Also, one on kit prep, you know, in my bag here I have actually got warm kit and a waterproof jacket, even though blatantly it's not going to rain. But when you go up in the hills, you never know if the weather's going to change, so just be careful of that. Don't you know, be caught out by just being lazy and not taking something that's really lightweight, like a waterproof jacket, and just another warm layer. Blatantly I didn't need that today, but it's one of those things, it'll bite you in the ass if you just don't bother one day, you know. Yeah, other than that, yeah, good little route, circular route. I'm not going to say the name of it because I'm not going to be able to pronounce it correctly, so what I'll do is I'll put it up in a title here. And yeah, like I say, circular route, 11.5 k's, 2,500 feet height gained. And I've also had the opportunity to try out my new Aku Selvatica boots. I've only used these a little bit for a little bit of walking so far. That was a fairly decent tryout. I'll be doing a review of them at some point. So hopefully you found that interesting, and as per standard, stay prepared.